Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. So let's just jump straight into it. LUNC Army has put out an Agora. This is a really vital Agora. This really does emphasize on what I was speaking about this morning in my video, just being in this really kind of quiet area and a lot of things actually going on in it, not being that quiet behind the scenes. We've been through phases like this before and they've really paid off for us in the future. So I'm really excited to see more things happening on the USTC front. And like I was saying, this really does emphasize on what I was speaking about this morning. So I've gone through this Agora, and the one thing to note about this Agora is once it goes to it's a text proposal, always take that into consideration. Everything I've highlighted here is mostly green and it's mostly the vital information. There is something small in here that I'm questioning, and I'm definitely going to be bringing this up in my next podcast with the L1 Task Force's project manager, which is Steve LUNC Army. So, during the second quarter following the completion of the COSM WASM upgrade to parity, the L1 Task Force proposes utilizing a small portion of the Q2 compute budget to set up a USTC test environment for the L1 team. This should be possible to complete without any impact on currently scheduled activities. We feel that having community authorization to focus on building the infrastructure required to test proposed approaches to a USTC repeg would be of significant benefit to the LUN. So many different words people use. I'm just going to say LUNC ecosystem is easier for me. This proposal seeks the authorization and use of an already provisioned compute budget for the purposes of establishing a test environment specifically geared towards testing USTC repeg ideas. As a result, this proposal is a text proposal and no additional community spend is required. Currently, it should be noted that only compute budget would be allocated for this item. This shows us that the compute budget is going to be starting to go where it should be going. Things are happening, and they're happening in a manner that they should be right there. And they're not saying we're going to do this, they're asking for permission to follow this route. This is what we want to see. So moving on to this orange highlighted section. So if renewed for Q3, a large component of the L1's task force activities would likely be focused on USTC development. This is based primarily on feedback obtained from the Community Oversight Committee regarding the top development priorities identified by the community, as well as the logical next steps to better restore the ecosystem and enhance the process of achieving the stated goals of USTC revitalization and the LUNC supply reduction. I've got things that I'm questioning here. Who's in the Community Oversight Committee? How is this being gauged correctly? Because yes, USTC is very important. Yes, it's exciting. Yes, we should be following this. But at the same time, we've got serious things that need addressing in the LUNC community. For example, we need our own version of mobile station. We need our own version of station. We need the Agora. There's loads of these little things. We need to figure out a smart tax system. There's so many other things going on. So I'm highly questioning this COC decision, because we put out a Agora pretty much outlining quite a few of the actual true community sentiment kind of like ideas that were going around. So want to know more about this. I want to know a lot more about this COC, because I know 2 people left for COC. I know the reasons why they left for COC. It's all with this. This is something I'm going to be bringing up quite heavily in my next podcast. So the idea is to recreate a simulation of the DPEG event, then creating a simulated repeg event, and then testing proposed strategies for maintaining USTC repeg. And as you can see here, like I was saying last night, leaving the mint to burn mechanism in place and placing a cap on maximum supply. It's kind of scary how we were talking about this morning, and now all of a sudden, boom, this comes out. Very, very interesting. And I've always believed that since the very beginning, if you could repeg USTC and turn that mint to burn mechanism back on, you would solve a lot of our problems, because the way that it worked initially was that the LUNC, it would have been Lunar at the time, the supply was really high and You know, that was brought down over I think around a year and a half, maybe nearly 2 years, something like that, before the DPEG happened. So seeing this testnet coming up is going to be really, really, really crucial for the restoration and revitalization of the blockchain as a whole. Because like I was saying, if you think way further down the line, okay, a USTC repeg isn't us just getting the coin back to $1. It's us becoming the centerpiece of the cosmos once again. It means that a lot of the liquidity, okay, and this is what people need to try and understand, is a lot of liquidity would actually be locked into the Terra Classic sector because it's a stable asset. When you lock in liquidity, this is far better than just getting the liquidity and burning it. And you know, when I look at projects, there's loads of different projects out there that have locked liquidity away indefinitely, and this becomes part of their independent treasuries for their projects. We see this across board, and that's why a lot of projects and a lot of validators have high voting power, regardless of how many community members support them, because they've got that individual singular treasury that is theirs. They've earned it, they own it, and it's delegated with them. That is always liquidity that's locked in, and that's good liquidity. That's liquidity that is always there and it remains there. And doing this with USTC, it's all down to the market cap. It locks so much more into the market cap, and it brings so much more traffic to our blockchain. Where there's traffic comes people. Where people are project ideas, and things stem from very small things. Someone might stub their toe on the door or something, going to make a drink, and then, you know, look at something on Agora and think, oh, you know, I've got an idea for this. You just don't know how these ideas come to play. But what you want is for people to get those ideas and want to build them inside the Terra Classic blockchain. That's what we want. That's what we're looking for. Seeing all of this is really good. But like I was saying, we don't ever want to allow ourselves to be at a point where we're showing USTC more love than LUNC. They should get equal amounts of love right now. It's very important we don't ever forget that LUNC is why we're all here. Yes, repegging USTC is the key, and it seems like the key, but ultimately, let's not put all of our eggs in one basket, and let's not count our chickens that haven't hatched. Let's always play things safe, going by Murphy's Law. I was speaking as well a couple of days ago, and I've spoken about this previously, about, you know, so there's a specific term for this, and the term is called, I think it's zeitgeisting or ghosting, zeitgeisting. And it pretty much means like two people get the same idea on it, like on opposite sides of the planet. That's quite common. But what's not common is just seeing people simply like taking current ideas that have already been spoken about and already been worked on by people, and, you know, other groups just going, yeah, you know what, we're just going to put a proposal up this, we'll follow this. It's, man, come on, have some respect. It's getting crazy out there, but ultimately things are looking good. Really excited to see this move forward, get to a point of where we're seeing a positive reflection in the price system, because currently we've just been in this huge downtrend all the time. UST seems to have pulled out of it. Maybe this is going to further pull it out, drive some kind of FOMO, who knows. Other than that, folks, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, beware of scammers, beware of doppelgangers, beware of anybody pretending to be mean. None of this is financial advice, and we'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.